Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tiffany Avaye Takes. I am Tiffany Avaye. I want to start by saying thank you for your patience. If my videos are something that you watch and look forward to, I've actually been shooting in Atlanta a movie, so I'm very excited. I can't say anything just yet until further notice, but that's what I've been doing. That's why these videos haven't been posted as regularly. But I'm always like, don't ever wonder if I'm not doing them anymore because I'm always going to do this. So, speaking of movies, I'm returning with this take on Halle Bailey playing the Little Mermaid. I'm very happy about this as a Black girl. Of course, like you can't be anything but ecstatic about seeing representation in areas that they aren't normally. As far as I can remember, it's just been Brandy from Cinderella, and for as the animated versions, we have a few brown girls, Jasmine from Aladdin, Pocahontas, and those are really the top two that I can think of. Two. Oh, Tiana, Princess and the Frog, so three out of many animated movies. So, very, very excited about this. I've seen a lot of supportive feedback online, a lot of happy feedback. The trailer just dropped. I'll try to include that in a video. And just seeing the reaction from Black kids is very heartwarming, very fulfilling. So I want to give my take. One, I just want to talk about Halle Bailey a little bit, just as a person from what I've seen in interviews. I really enjoy watching her. She appears to be like a very sweet girl, but she got a little spice. Like if you catch some of the clips, there's a little spice in there. But she's very soft spoken, very positive. She's a young girl, very beautiful, but her inner beauty matches her outer beauty. And I think that's important, extremely important. I'm not sure if she realizes this, but I think playing this role is something that will have a impact to her for decades. Like, as I sit here now, I mentioned Brandy from Cinderella. Like, I still play and sing songs from Cinderella with Brandy, and I'm like, it's been what, 10, 20 years, maybe, since that came out. So yeah, the impact of what this will do is astronomical, and I just want her to know that. Like I want her to know that, and I feel like she may, because they seem very aware. But yeah, this is going to be like a lifelong impact to just Black kids. Of course, it will affect some kids that are not Black, but like if you know, you know. Yeah, and I feel like Halle as a mermaid is special because they're like mystical slash mythical creatures. And Black people don't normally get the role of being magical, although we are, like, literally black girl magic is a thing. So I think that has a special, like, just place in itself. Sidebar, I do feel like, because people always say, oh, mermaids aren't real or whatever. And lately, like, especially on TikTok, a lot of people are talking about actual mermaid sightings. I don't know why I did that, but people are talking about mermaid sightings that they see. And I'm like, absolutely, I believe that, because I feel like anytime there's a movie or something, oh my God, I hate I did this. I feel like, sorry, this is like unprofessional, but this is live. I do this in the moment. But what I was saying, I feel like anytime there's a movie made about something, like, there's some truth to it, because that idea, like, aliens, like, nobody just gonna sit and think of well, there might be one or two people that could do that, but I feel like those have to stem from somewhere. So even before, like, they confirmed aliens, like, where'd y'all get it from? So I feel the same way about mermaids. I feel like mermaids are real, and somebody posted, because apparently there was backlash about Halle being a black girl and playing Ariel, which is crazy. But somebody posted, with all the slaves that y'all threw in the ocean, how y'all surprised that Ariel is black? Not that that's something good to say, but I'm just like, come on now. And personally, a lot of black people get triggered when other people start making criticisms about racial black people doing whites, well, what they perceive would have been something white or originally white. And, like, sometimes black people get triggered by that and, appalled and, outraged. It ain't no need to go on and go back and forth with somebody about that. If they say stuff like that, one, I don't get mad when people do that, because tell me how you really feel. Like, I'm a girl that appreciates honesty. So if you're online and you're tweeting that, oh, Ariel is black, da 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 da, and you got a problem with it, thank you, because now I know how you feel, and I can go ahead and disassociate. If it's somebody I know in real life, disassociate from you. If it's somebody I don't know, unfollow, unsubscribe, whatever I got to do, so I can get you out of my energy, because I do not tolerate that. Go ahead and say how you feel. I welcome that. Let me know so I can make an informed decision. And then I saw somebody say something about, like, black people were upset when white people played Egyptians. And I'm like, how can you compare the two? Because, one, Egyptians were actual human people. There's, like, hieroglyphics, evidence, like, that shows Egyptians were of darker complexion, melanin, black. Like, even the tombstones and bodies and stuff that they found, like, you can still see the dreads, like, on their head. Are you kidding me? And then the colonizers, like, shot off their noses so that you could not tell that they were black. Like, and that's what gets me sometimes, like, when I see black women, like, doing, like, extreme contour, just trying to, like, narrow out their nose as much as possible. I'm like, that's essentially the same concept. Like, you're trying to fade away your natural being to fit this European standard of beauty. And don't get me wrong, I do contour sometimes, but it's not to the effect where I'm trying to just eliminate my nose. Like, that's ridiculous. And I hate that black people have been taught that their black features, and stemming from stuff like this, aren't beautiful and want to change. Like, that's a whole nother take for a whole nother time, and not to get too deep into that. I'm sorry. But, I just feel very strongly about that. And sorry y'all, I'm gonna be combing through this video because I hate when they do that little split up thing, you know. But anyway, that and then when you bring up something and they try to counter it with another thing, like that's dismissing the point that you're trying to make. Don't bring up something else. We're not talking about anything else in the past, and we had a right to be upset at that. Is my point. But that ain't got nothing to do with this. This is today. This is now, and like I just don't get it. But yeah, go ahead and make your criticism, and I'm gonna go ahead and unfollow. I'm not going back and forth with nobody in the comments, because when you go back and forth in the comments, that's all it is. No one ever changes their point of view from what you're saying. Like it could just be an endless, it could go on for days if you know you gave it that much attention. No one ever says, like, if say one person thinks one way in the comments and another person thinks another way in the comments, they're just gonna go back and forth. No one ever says, oh well, you know, I never thought about that, you might be right. That never happens. So it's just like pointless. I hate to see comments like that. And I know from experience, because I rarely comment on people's stuff, but when I do, somebody always got something to say, and I try to elaborate more on my point, and they're just like a brick wall. Like they just keep saying the same thing over and over, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm never doing this again. But anyway, back to my take. Let Halle have her moment. Like, for people to criticize on race when it's a child's movie, like that shouldn't even be a thing. Let Halle have her moment. I feel like this is going to be similar to Wakanda when it premiered, maybe even more so, because we all know that originally this was a white image, and now a black girl is doing it, and she's so young and she's so like just classy and unproblematic. Like like when they start giving that criticism, she'd even go on Twitter and start ranting. And mind you, this is, you know, a protege of Beyonce, so I feel like she's in the perfect clique to handle criticism, because ooh, child, some of them would have been on there wilding and use the excuse, oh, I'm young. I hate that. I hate that excuse, I'm young. Are you kidding me? So what? You still got a brain? But anyway, and to be honest, I've never seen the first Little Mermaid. I know. Pause for the reaction. I never seen the first Little Mermaid, so this is gonna be my first impression, and I'm cool with that. Like, I don't, you know, just a little more about me. I don't know. I feel like I maybe never watched The Little Mermaid because I thought I couldn't relate to that. Like, Pocahontas is my Disney movie. And if you look on my Instagram or any social media, I think you can definitely see the Pocahontas influence. Because I always need that middle part. I always need the hair down, jet black, typically. Yeah, and it's a vibe. And aside from just the aesthetics, but the aesthetics were important because, like, when I looked at that as a kid, I was like, oh, that's a brown girl. I didn't even get into the technicality of, you know, Native American or all that. I just thought skin brown, my skin's brown. Yeah, that was my movie. I even named my dog Miko after Pocahontas, so that's the impact that, you know, stuff like this can make. I forgot what I was about to say. Okay. And you know, just with Halle and Ariel, I feel like she is the perfect person to play this role. I know they've already solidified that because, you know, she's playing it, but I'm just saying, speaking as a consumer or just an observer, I feel like, you know, she's talented as much as beautiful, like it's equal. And I feel like her voice is so angelic that it's perfect for Disney. And she also has like this hint of innocence to her, and I like that. I think that's what, it's weird, but I feel like, and I hate talking about myself, but I feel like I have a little bit of that too. So whenever I see other entertainers that have that, it's almost like a like you can identify with that, or I can identify with that, and that makes me like them. Because a lot of times I feel like these singers and or rappers, the young, like even when they're young and they're trying to transition into adulthood, or like just being young period, I feel like a lot of women are over sexualized, like to the point where it's like all everywhere, everything you see. And I feel like she has the ability to have sexual appeal without doing too much. Like she does very minimal, I feel like. But you still get that. Like you still get that, and I appreciate women that carry themselves that way, because that's not like that's all to you. Like people actually pay attention to your talent versus your looks or your body, or saying things for shock value. And I feel like the people that are truly talented, they they know how to walk that line. No shade to the no shade to the people that are super sexual, because I do believe that it's important to have those girls as well to represent for the girls like that. And because we need to be able to say and do things freely as well, but I do think there needs to be more variety. But yeah, I just want to say that Halle started on YouTube. Well, I feel like she started on YouTube. That's how I found out about her. And that's inspiring, because I'm making videos on YouTube, period. And from YouTube she was signed to Beyonce. And then now she's doing a Disney movie. Like, if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. So I feel like not only is this move a something that the kids can look forward to, but I feel like adults, creators, anyone that has like desire in creative media, they can look at this and be inspired as well. And by Halle doing this, I feel like she's opening so many doors for young girls that look like her, look like me. Just it's a great thing. And I'm not sure how old Halle is, but I feel like this is such a monumental feat that it's gonna take her far. And I feel like she can handle what all comes with this. And she's doing a great job so far. I wish her nothing but the best. And I will be in them theaters to see this movie, because that's my take.